Guys, welcome back to my channel. Well, the secret is out, at least by the time this video goes up, but the secret will be out. But yeah, I'm pregnant with our rainbow baby and I'm so excited, and I'm filled with so many emotions, if I'm being totally honest. It's been a roller coaster. It's been a ride of emotions. I feel like I'm constantly just waiting for something bad to happen, which is horrible, and I feel really guilty saying that. It's been kind of hard to enjoy this pregnancy simply because of what happened to us before. I don't even know how to start this video. So today is May 8th, the day before Mother's Day. I am almost 8 weeks. Tomorrow, Mother's Day, I will be 8 weeks pregnant, and I told myself that I wasn't gonna film any of these videos because I didn't want to jinx anything, which is silly. And some of you guys are probably like, that's silly. And others of you are probably like, I totally get it. And I feel like there's not a right or wrong way to feel about any of this. Ultimately, I told myself, you can't jinx a pregnancy. There's nothing you could do, nothing you can say. There's no amount of testing or blood work or ultrasounds or amount of worry that is going to change the ultimate outcome of your pregnancy. Here I am filming videos before we've announced, even though I kind of told myself I wasn't going to, but I feel like these symptom videos are best to film right away because the symptoms are fresh in your mind, you know what I mean? So, all right, here we go. So I do have all of my 2-week wait symptoms listed out as well. This video is going to be my week 4, 5, 6, and 7 symptoms. I also figured with this pregnancy, I would kind of approach this a little bit more structured than my last pregnancy with my son, where every one of these updates, I'm gonna answer 7 questions. So the first one is new symptoms. Second question is mental health update. Third question is weight gain. Fourth question is products that have helped me. Fifth question is going to be doctor's visits, so a baby update. Sixth question is going to be a bump date. And seventh question is going to be what am I doing to prep for baby's arrival? So as far as symptoms go, I have a whole bunch of them here listed on my phone. I'll try to go through these pretty quickly. The first thing I have listed here, and this is in order of when it happened, so starting early on to today, basically. Lower back pain. This is something that I did not experience with my twins. It was very mild and it only lasted for a couple of days after I got my positive pregnancy test. Sore boobs, but not consistently. And then I wrote down here, got really sore at 4 weeks, 4 days, and got very, very sore at 6 weeks. Sharp pains in my uterus, especially during quick movements and sneezing. This is something that I've experienced with all 4 of my pregnancies, and I feel like it's kind of like a telltale sign for me where it's like when you sneeze, or if you're like flopping around in bed, or you stand up really quickly, I get these sharp pains in my uterus. And I've read that that is round ligament pain, which is kind of crazy because I don't really have a belly yet. So what is, you know, but your uterus is still stretching, it's still doing its job, it's still making room for this baby that it knows is in there. Really irritable. I have written down really in big, big letters. That is something with this pregnancy I've noticed has been way different from my last pregnancies, is I am super irritable this time, like to the point where my mood swings are like a huge roller coaster. It is very unpredictable. I am very irritable, very moody, trouble sleeping. I always have a hard time sleeping, but I feel like when I'm pregnant, I always have a hard time sleeping. I have a lot of sensory issues, specifically when I'm pregnant, that are hormone related. I did Google this because I was just curious if anybody else had ever had this before. It's kind of weird to me, but I feel like I'm ultra aware of like my clothes, like my shirts rubbing up against me when I'm breathing, and my bras like shifting as I'm breathing. So it's just something that I've noticed. I've had to pull out my weighted blanket, and that's definitely helped a lot with that. At 4 weeks, 3 days, I had a dream that Lincoln was running around holding a blue balloon from a gender reveal party. So I guess in my mind, that's kind of like, it's a boy. I don't know, but that wasn't a specific like, it's a boy dream. It was just Lincoln holding a blue balloon from a gender reveal party. I also wrote down that period-like cramps I've been experiencing a lot this pregnancy. And I've just been really ultra aware of it simply because of the miscarriage that I went through. So I guess it's normal. I mean, if I think back to when I was pregnant with Lincoln, I definitely had cramps and pains, growing pains, things like that. But this time around, I felt like I was going to start my period. At like any moment, I felt like for sure my period was going to start. This is a new one. This did not happen in any other pregnancy for me. It's very, very strange. It started in the 2-week wait, but I've had really sensitive, burning underarms, and I can't tie it into anything specifically. Like, it's not right after I shave or a specific deodorant or specific body wash. It just randomly happens where, like, this morning it started happening and the redness has kind of gone away, but where my underarms will get really red, really sensitive, and start burning. And I've had to go like a couple of days without wearing deodorant just to like let my underarms like breathe. I have sensitive nipples written down. This happened to me my last pregnancy as well. 5 weeks, 5 days, and 7 weeks I have written down pink spotting. Very, very, very light pink spotting, like just when I wipe. And I didn't think anything of it. At this point, I'm aware that I do spot a little bit in my pregnancies. All of my pregnancies, I've had some form of spotting. So this didn't alarm me until a little bit later, and we'll get into that as to why and what happened. I wrote down really, really tired all day long. I wake up feeling exhausted, you guys. I wake up feeling like I didn't sleep at all. And I do toss and turn a lot at nighttime. We talked about my trouble sleeping earlier, but I just feel like I'm constantly tired. Right around 6 weeks is when my nausea picked up this particular pregnancy. So I have no interest in sweet things, particularly like cookies. I have no interest in anything sweet. I haven't actually thrown up this time, which is good. With my twins, I threw up quite a bit. So fingers crossed that I don't throw up this pregnancy. I know that from experience, that's awful. Like it just adds to the gross feeling that you already feel, like the morning sickness, but then to actually throw up. I haven't had too many food aversions. Certain smells get me, like the smell of hot dogs and things like that. I'm kind of like, ooh. But I've pretty much been able to stomach and eat most things slowly or in small portions. There's been a lot of toast happening, a lot of saltines, a lot of crackers. Low energy, I have written down. 6 weeks, 1 day, I wrote down, dream about holding a swaddled baby girl, just got home from the hospital, didn't have any newborn size diapers or a room set up. So I remember telling Matt about this dream. I was like, I had a dream last night that I was holding a baby girl like swaddled in the hospital blanket, you know, like the pink and blue striped hospital blanket. And we had her at home, or not, we didn't birth her at home, but like we were at home and we had nothing. Like the room wasn't set up. We had no clothes, no diapers, nothing. And I remember being like, you need to take her. I need to go get, you know, diapers from Target. There we go. I've had a dream about it being a boy and a girl. So we'll see. I haven't had any other dreams since then. Week 7 is when my headaches started kicking in. So I've had really bad headaches this past week, pretty much every day. Starting at around like 2 or 3 p.m., I start getting really bad headaches. I didn't have headaches at all when I was pregnant with Lincoln. And then something I didn't write down, but you can probably tell just from me talking, is shortness of breath. This is always my very first pregnancy symptom, actually, the shortness of breath. And it's totally hormonal related. It's not a space issue at this time. My lungs still have plenty of room. And then 7 weeks, 4 days, which was just a couple of days ago from the day that I'm filming this video, I woke up in the morning, went to the bathroom, and I had lots of brown spotting, like heavy, like my underwear was covered in brown spotting. So I guess at that point it's more like bleeding, not spotting. Naturally, I kind of freaked out because that was different from the pink spotting that I had had before. So I called my doctor and they got me in right away this time, which was wonderful. And I was a wreck sitting in the waiting room, upset, crying, you know, obviously thinking the worst based on what happened. And we went to the ultrasound room and I just broke down and I cried, and the ultrasound tech like gave me a hug and she was like, it's gonna be okay. No matter what happens, like I'm here for you. We're gonna talk through it together. And I was just so scared, obviously expecting the worst. Everything was fine. We got to see a perfect little heartbeat. It was 151, which is great for 7 weeks, 4 days. Baby measured ahead, actually, a day ahead, which is wonderful. And we did notice something called an SCH on the ultrasound, which is called, I had to Google it, a subchorionic hemorrhage. And apparently this is something that's kind of common. About 15% of pregnancies have this, and it's when a pocket of blood forms between the placenta and the gestational sac, or something between those, or like the uterus, the wall of the uterus, like in that area. And eventually it is reabsorbed by the body, or it leaks out and then it's gone. And for me, it was pretty small, which means that it was already leaking, already draining, which is great. And I have an ultrasound this coming week, which was supposed to be my first ultrasound, to confirm that it has gone away. But that was wonderful to see the baby, hear the baby's heartbeat, and just know that everything is okay. And I think having that peace of mind has made, at least the past couple of days and hopefully going forward, my mind kind of ease a little bit. I think I will still be on edge until at least 12 weeks, but hopefully not as like anxious as I was before, which brings me to my question that I have written down about mental health, the mental health update. I have not been dealing well mentally at all. In fact, my anxiety has been at an all-time high. I thought very heavily about talking to a psychologist, especially those first couple of weeks. My anxiety was spilling into like non-baby related things. Like I felt like I was having visions of like knives flying across the kitchen and spiders crawling in my food, and just like these bizarre, wild thoughts that I have never had before. And it was bad. It was really bad. But luckily those have kind of calmed down, and now since I saw the baby and all of that, I actually haven't had any thoughts like that. So I hope that that continues to get better. I think if those invasive thoughts come back, I will talk to a psychologist, just because I want to be in the right headspace. I want to enjoy this pregnancy. I want to embrace it. I don't know if this is going to be my last pregnancy or not. And so I don't want to look back at this time and like regret it, you know what I mean? Or regret that I felt so anxious and so nervous the whole time. As far as weight gain goes, I don't really know that I have gained any weight so far. I have gotten like a baseline measurement at the doctor a couple of days ago, so I kind of know like where I'm starting at least. I can compare that to the last time I was weighed, which was a couple of months ago when I was at the hospital. And since then, it's 3 pounds more. So I guess I can say 3 pounds. Products that have helped. I've already started putting cocoa butter, or like the Palmer's cocoa butter oil on my belly every single day. I have not gotten a belly yet, so there's no bump date to share with you guys, but I'm just trying to prevent those stretch marks. With my son, I got 0 stretch marks, so I'd kind of like to continue that trend. We'll see. Other than that, of course, my prenatal vitamins, but I've just been doing my best to keep liquids in me. Seltzer waters have been really nice as far as like the nausea, ginger ale, but I haven't really had any specific pregnancy products that I've purchased or used yet. As far as doctor's visits go, so number 5, I have doctor's visits. I already shared that with you guys. Baby's doing wonderful so far, which is great. And I'll get another update this coming week. My husband gets to come with me to that one, so he'll get to see the baby, hear the baby's heartbeat. Number 6, bump date. Like I already said, I don't have a bump to share with you guys. I can show you my lack of bump right now. And then number 7, I have, what am I doing to prep for baby's arrival? I think this question will become more relevant later on, you know, closer to 3rd trimester, even 2nd trimester. But for now, I'm not doing anything special. If I'm being totally honest, I'm very hesitant to do anything special. We haven't told our family yet. I think we're both just really nervous about it. We don't have any super close friends or family that live here in the state with us, so it's kind of easy. It's easy to hide. I mean, I just talk to my friends and family on the phone, so, you know, or FaceTime, so I could probably hide this pregnancy until the baby's born if I wanted to. I'm just nervous for obvious reasons, so I'm not doing anything quite yet. It's so crazy because when I look back at my last, my pregnancy with my son and even with my twins, at this point I had already had a registry created. I think I had even bought outfits for my son already. I had bought the twins outfits already. That's pretty much it. This video is going to be pretty long and rambly, so I apologize for that, but that's how I'm feeling so far. Overall, not horrible, just really tired. Nausea here and there, out of breath. A lot, pretty much. Okay guys, well that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more pregnancy update videos, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!